Talk talk, yeah, we keeping it smooth. Your favorite paralegal got the legal groove. From the stars in the courtroom to your cousin's case, we breaking it all down. No rush, just pace.
Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. Let me get to the chat. Let me get to the chat. Trying to do Instagram. Copy the stream key, enter into your software, then go live on stream and connects. I don't know if I'm live on. I don't know. Oh well, I tried to do it on Instagram. Howdy. See Dallas one and only. I'm assuming. Are you in Dallas? Are you in Dallas? I live in and I'm sorry y'all for the roughness, baby. I took my twist out and I ain't did nothing with my hair yet. So I gotta get this done. I gotta do something with my hair. I gotta do something with my hair. I want to show all my business. Okay. Let's see. I need those people on Facebook to connect. I need those people now. I need them people now. So as you guys can see, I'm not gonna be on here long because I literally got work to do because I've been putting it off about a week. I'm not even gonna lie, and I got a lot of stuff I gotta do. So I'm not gonna be on here long. I just want to come on here to explain. Oh, okay. Well, hey, I'm not from Texas. I'm from South Carolina, but I've been in Dallas since 1992. So yeah, this is my home. This is my home. But welcome. It's a lot to do in Dallas, so don't be discouraged by all this other stuff. It's pretty cool. Yeah, okay. I see the people on. That's what I need. I need them folks on Facebook to come on in here because I got a bone to pick with all of y'all. I'm about sick and tired. Like Facebook, I don't even know what type of people is on Facebook or on Facebook, but the people is pretty ruthless. They are disrespectful. They are racist. They are all of the above. And I'm about sick and tired. So I'm not even monetized on Facebook. I could care less. So I will block and ban you from my page. It's one thing to have an opinion about a subject matter, but when you start getting in people comments and you starting to be racist and disrespectful to me or any of my followers, that's what I don't care. You gotta go. You have to go. All right. So, and I know I just threw on a headband. Don't even match my shirt. But people on Facebook, is this real? Yes, the order is real. I went to the courthouse. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? I went to the courthouse to pull this. I went to the courthouse to pull that. So I don't understand why people are tagging Sarah. Jay, don't tag Sarah in my stuff. I don't want her nowhere on my page. She can stay over there and I'm gonna stay over here. But don't tag her asking her if this real. It's what you can do is you can actually say, hey, can you help me find this? And if you clearly go to the court docket, you will see an entry that says order of assignment. All right. So paperwork right here. This is the order of assignment, and then this was the order of referral. I live 15 minutes from the courthouse. Where I live, I can go anywhere to Dallas, to Frisco, to Garland, to wherever. Okay. Alrighty. So thank y'all for tuning in. If I did not introduce myself, I am so sorry. I am Cassandra. I am your favorite paralegal, and welcome to Legal Talk. I'm not a made up paralegal. I am a paralegal in the state of Texas. Okay. Yes, I work for myself. I contract myself out to attorneys, and this is mainly for the people on Facebook. I don't know. Do a Google search on me. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. Another thing that I can say is that I feel like people don't comprehend. Hello, the psych. Oh yeah, I seen your comment too. Hi, hi, hi. What's up, JHD Texas? Yeah, a lot of people, and it's the only problem I have is freaking Facebook. And I'm gonna show y'all the post. So I just put up a post in regards to the order of assignment by the presiding judge, and I'm gonna show y'all the post. But here's the thing: people don't watch my videos. People don't read my captions in to on Facebook. Um, and so the first thing they'll do is they'll see a Karmelo post, and then they'll gangsta warriors in the comment section, instead of actually reading to figure out. We got to learn to stay on topic. That is one thing that I hate. I hate as an educator, because y'all can't see my degrees is right there. I am an adult educator as well. So a pet peeve of mine is not being able to read or comprehend. So, hey, who is this? Oh, who is that? What's up? Is that little no? Shut up, Rocco. Already, that should be my intro. Let me know. Hi everyone, I'm a new subby. Thank you. Welcome to the Legal Eagle Squad. Sounds cheesy, but I like it. The Legal Eagle Squad. Y'all my Legal Eagle Squad. Shut up, Rocco. Okay, so let's get into this. Now, I am going to just pretty much pull up what I posted on Facebook, because for the life of me, I don't understand how people aren't comprehending exactly what I am saying. Okay, hold on, let me see. I like my screen a certain way. I want y'all to be able to see me. Uh, Shut up, Rocco. Rocco, hush. Hold on, y'all. You see a squirrel and then you just go crazy. That's his squirrel too. Are you recording? No, I'm on live. Yes. Don't come over here. Hello. Don't nobody want to see you. Okay. So I had to pull up this post. And what was I saying? I always talk about comprehension and actually reading. So people are really in the comments talking about, no, he had da 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 da. First of all, where y'all getting all this information? Let's start with that. My first question to those on Facebook: did you actually take time to you see it's a reason why it says see more. Okay, that's the first part. It's the reason why it says see more. When you hit see more, you will see that there is an explanation on here, because what I do as an educator and a paralegal who who has a platform, I try to explain things to those who are interested in any case. It doesn't matter if it's Karmelo's case, it could be Trump's case, it could be whoever case, because my channel is Legal Doc Talk. I talk about court filings. I read them, I pull up the codes, the statute, the codes, the law, whatever, and I apply them to whatever it is that we're talking about. And I explain things. I do not give legal advice. So I very well know what I am talking about. And so when you get disrespectful on Facebook, like I said, I absolutely do not give two flying flippers as to me blocking you and banning you from my page, because I don't care. And like the other post that I made, yes, I am the most professional, unprofessional paralegal in the state of Texas. And I have to be me. That's why I like people be like, you're my favorite paralegal, because I'm down to earth. I don't try to be anything that I'm not. I don't try to do anything that I cannot do. I just use my knowledge and my expertise, and I share it with you guys. That's the whole reason for my platform. That is the whole reason for my platform. Thank you, Gold Digger, for tuning in. They said low IQs get triggered by a photo. No, and for real, because I'm just like, well, dang, I had to go back and say, well, did I put something on there that I wasn't supposed to put on there? It's all about reading in context. So it shows breaking. Hopefully, y'all can see that. It says breaking. Hold on, my boyfriend is calling me. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. You gotta answer your man's call when he call. You have been doing excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I do other things. It just happens that I live in this area, so I have, and I work in this field. So I had to deep dive because I see something that I felt was unfair. So definitely I'm going to put my 2 cents in, and I'm going to talk about it to the top of my lungs until something gets done. Know what I'm saying? Yeah, so y'all definitely hit that like button if you have not already done so. All right, so going here, breaking new judge assigned in Carmelo Anthony's case. Now I'm going to read you what I said, and y'all can see it on the screen. And y'all let me know if it was unclear. So I said, breaking new judge assigned in Carmelo Anthony's case. A new filing shows that Senior Judge Sid L. Harley has been assigned to preside over the motion to recuse Judge John Roach in the criminal case against Carmelo Sincere Anthony. The assignment, signed by the presiding judge of the First Administrative Judicial Region, is effective immediately and is limited to handling the motion to recuse. What does this mean? Now, I guess people just stopped after that. But what does this mean? This does not remove Judge Roach from the case at this time. Instead, an independent judge will decide whether the motion to recuse should be granted or denied. Until that ruling is made, Judge Roach remains the presiding judge over the underlying criminal case unless otherwise ordered. Now, I don't know. Did people misinterpret that? So, first of all, if you are on Facebook and you see this, you should already, like, it does not say new judge assigned to Carmelo Anthony's case. It says new judge assigned in Carmelo Anthony's case. To and in is two different things. Now, I don't know what the comprehension levels are on some of those, people that's posting on my Facebook, but I do have a GED class, and you definitely are more than welcome to join for GED reading, because comprehension is key. Reading in context is key. But furthermore, if you're on Facebook, I don't care if you're on your phone or if you are on the computer, if it says see more, you click on see more, and there you have a whole explanation. I'm pointing over here because my screen over there, but y'all see it right there. Y'all have a whole explanation. So what is with all the comments? So in my personal opinion, if you do not want to see anything that I post on my page, you know what you can do? Actually, I think if you click on the three dots or something like that, you can turn off notifications. You can say not interested. You can even block me. You can block me. because I'm trying to be respectful. I see each and every disrespectful and racist comment on my fucking Facebook page, and it's only Facebook. I get some here and there on YouTube or whatnot, but Facebook is cutthroat, and I really be wanting to cuss y'all. I mean, like I really be wanting to go there. It is like I said before. It is one thing for us. We are all adults. Why are we posting racial memes? Why are we saying negative stuff? Why are we posting disrespectful? Like, if y'all realize it's not even us that is posting it. And I'm gonna be real with you. If I have any, Caucasian folks on my lives right now, and you are not that way, I am not speaking to you. But for those that do it, it's not even us. We don't sit there and post nasty ass me, and I really go through here and I really have to block, like delete stuff, because the amount of shit that I see on here, I'm sitting here, I'm thinking I'm talking to a fucking high school class, to be honest. And none of my followers, I love y'all. Don't think I'm talking to you. I'm talking to the racist people on here. If I show y'all some things, and it's crazy, I have this is my Facebook page. This is my follow me on Legal Doc Talk on Facebook. But y'all see, I post other stuff. I don't just post about Karmelo. But and y'all know something else. Y'all know something else. Let me. I want to know people's thoughts on this. Hold up. Oh, this young man is missing. Well, not missing. He's unalived, right up the street from me. You would think that this will have higher views. You would think that people are sympathetic, drop some, whatever the case may be, right? No, they don't care about that. Well, Boosie, he got what he deserved. He shouldn't even done that. What else? What else? I don't see y'all going. Shout out to Sam if you're listening. Hold up. What did I post? Boosie. Scamming is just where you land. I'm trying to get to the pedos. So I can show y'all, because it's crazy. Like this right here. One comment, one share. Y'all ain't got nothing to say. Oh, who said sign me up, sis? Because I screamed when I thought a new judge was like, oh Lord. It's okay. No, and it's here's the thing. That's the difference. And that's the whole purpose of me having these platforms, is to actually explain to you guys, right? But when you're loud and wrong, and then you're in the comments being disrespectful, that's when I'd be like, okay, you need a GED class, because clearly the whole goal of them is to attack. That's the whole goal, because I have some people like, well, Judge Roach is not, he's this case is over. He should da 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 da. Okay, if the case was over, y'all have to understand, and that means that y'all don't even know the laws in your own state. I don't care what type of case it is, a family law case, any civil case, or a criminal case. When a case is over, yes, it may show closed, but two things you can do: you can appeal it, so that way you can save you're pretty much saving your right to appeal a case. That's number one. Number two, you'll file the pre-trial motion. So any motions, you can file a motion for a new trial. You can file a motion to vacate the order. You can file a motion to clarify the order. You can file a motion to, like in family law cases, to modify a custody order. Just because it says a judge made a ruling does not technically mean the case is over. Now, after 30 days, because you have a 30-day window in the state of Texas to file, a motion for a new trial or a notice of appeal. Okay, that's one thing. But in a civil law case or a family law case, hell, it could be 3 years. And if you need to modify your motion for child custody or whatever the case may be, you'll file it in the same court that where the judge was presiding over that. That's how that works. But to explain to y'all, and I don't went to this man, but I show you this so y'all can see, like, people don't care that there's pedophiles running rampant in here. They just care that people are advocating for a young black man to get a new trial, because we deemed that it was fair, because one, a lot of us didn't have access to go to the courthouse or access to get, go in the alternative overflow room. I done read all of the cases that were cited in the motion for new trial and showed you guys it is not about the crime. It is about the procedures in the court. And yet people are still yelling from the rooftop. 3 cases I read. One was a murderer, one was a pedo, and one was a thief. And guess what happened? Reversed and remanded back down to the lower court. I mean, I'm not getting this. I am not getting this. Hold up. Am I on my Facebook? Yeah. So going back to this, as I stated, this is just a judge being assigned over the motion to recuse. So that judge is going to decide whether or not Judge Roach should be recused from Karmelo Anthony's case. And that's it. That's all. And I brought that up the other night. The judge in the Young Thug trial got booted for having an ex parte without the okay. Are y'all reading this? Are y'all reading this? But here is the thing. Here is the thing that I have to say about that. It's 2 jurisdictions, right? Texas is more conservative than Georgia. I'm just gonna I'm gonna tell y'all. If y'all don't know who hold on, let me put up Mr. Sid. How you spell his name? I mean, we're making baby steps. We're definitely making baby steps, y'all. Okay, I want to make sure I don't have no comments. The racist comments are awful, downright disgusting. I agree. All right, cool. So this is the Honorable Sid L. Harley. He is the presiding judge for the 4th Administrative Judicial Region in Texas. And I am actually, look, your boy, Governor Hot Wheels, is the one who reappointed this man. All right, so we can't be, look, I'm very optimistic. Don't get me wrong. I am very optimistic. But we have to take baby steps. So now we have a judge to decide whether or not Judge Roach should be able to rule on that motion for a new trial. Well, we're just trying to figure out if he's going to stay on the case or not. That's the first hurdle. Whether he's going to be on the case or not. If not, and I'm going to go through the timeline. And that's what I wanted to do. Yes, that's why I said I'm happy, I'm optimistic, but we gotta take baby steps. But I'm going to do this explanation because a lot of people don't understand how this works. So just imagine you have car 1 and car 2, and we're all going to the same destination. Okay, car 1 has filed the motion for a new trial and a motion to recuse. And we know the motion to recuse have to be dealt with first, because we don't want that judge to hear, the motion. 1, we don't want him to be in that evidentiary hearing. That's for 1. But 2, we don't want him ruling on that motion for a new trial. And you need to watch my other video so you can understand that. So that's car 1. So filing the post-trial motions in trial court, because Judge Roach is the trial judge. Then you have car number 2, the appeal route. So he had to file the notice of appeal within is it 3 days or 30 days? I have to think. I think it's 30 days. You have to file the notice of appeal in order to reserve your right to appeal. Okay, so that's car number 2. So car number 1 is the post-trial motions. Car number 2 is the appeal. They're going in the same direction. Now, if car number 1 breaks down, then they can hop out and get into car number 2 and they can go that same route to their destination. So what I'm saying is, if the motion for new trial does not work out on car number 1 side, then we can proceed with the appeal. I hope that made sense. I really hope that made sense. All right, so going back to y'all, Governor Hot Wheels appointing Mr. Harley. Now I'm trying to figure out what these reviews be like. I love reviews. Oh, Lord. I'm going to start with the newest one. Whoever sees, they gave him 5 stars. Diego gave him 1. Araf gave him, he said, flop. Irvin says, like to convict innocent people, no real word of justice, just who he won't, can't believe what happened to me in this courtroom. The truth lasts forever, not the lies that was said. Oh man, I'm gonna be nosy. I'm gonna be nosy. But when was this? That was 7 years ago. But I'm nosy because I want to know what happened in his case. CD, Nemo Willa gave him a 1 star 8 years ago. Jeremy gave him 12 stars. So, I mean, he only has 6 reviews. That's it. We gotta see who this man is. Hold up. Let's do some research. Okay. Thank you, Denise. Thank you. All right, question. But since he withheld some of the trial transcript, does that hold up the appeal? All right, and that's a good question. So we know, if y'all seen my earlier video, if not, definitely go and watch that. So parts of the transcripts were submitted to the district clerk. And we noticed that some of the transcripts that would actually corroborate what the witnesses, the people, the members of the media were stating in those affidavits, those dates are missing. They didn't have transcripts for those. So the only thing that we can do is wait. But to answer your question, yes, that kind of does hold up the appeal route, only because they have to have the whole court record. I can't even talk. The whole court record, as well as all of the court transcripts, in order to write the appellate brief. Because remember, the appeal is more about the procedures that happened in court versus, them ruling his verdict, if that makes sense. Okay. Definitely, I have a playlist. Go back and read and review the playlist, starting with the motion to recuse and motion for new trial. And then work your way to recent, because what I break it down, but I took pieces out of it so that way you guys can understand how we get from one part to the next part. So I think it's very beneficial if you do that, so you can have a general understanding. And that's all on my YouTube channel. All right. So let's see. Governor Abbott reappoints Harley presiding judge of the 4th Administrative Judicial Region. Governor Greg Abbott reappointed Sid Harley as presiding judge of the 4th Administrative Judicial Region for a term set to expire 4 years from the date of qualification. Let's see. So Mr. Sid Harley of San Antonio has served as the presiding judge of the 4th Administrative Judicial Region since August of 2017 and is the former judge of the 226th Judicial Court in Bexar County. Having served over 29 years, Harley currently serves as chair of the Judicial Branch Certification Commission. He formerly served as a member of the Pattern Jury Charge Committee in the state of Texas, including in criminal section and judicial section, as the chair of the State Commission on Judicial Conduct. Oh my gosh. The Texas Court Reporter Certification Board, as a member of the Business Criminal Counsel Board and San Antonio Board Association Boards of Directors. Additionally, he is a volunteer for the Northside ISD Mentoring Program and a funding board member of Drug Abuse Resistance Education there. in gang resistance education and training. Harley received his bachelor's from the University of Texas at Austin and a JD from St. Mary's University School of Law. Hey, my friend got her, whatchamacallit, from there. Oh, that's interesting. Blah, 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 blah. I will definitely check out the. Okay, so why didn't, so that's because he is not the, how can I say this? Um, you have to be assigned to it, if that makes sense. So when he hold up, so when he signed the order of referral, it says decline to recuse myself and request the presiding judge of the first administrative judicial region to assign a judge. See, that's where people aren't explaining it how it should be. Where's that post? I feel like, hold up. And that is the thing. So Willis could not sign off on it for the simple fact that is not. Oh, I was like, wait, what happened to oh, that kind of scared me. Oh, whoa. I didn't even know that. I'm gonna answer your question right quick. Let me look at these. Oh, yes. Hey, anytime. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time. All right. So he was the presiding judge of the Uvalde school shooting case. There's a good article out there, ABC News, about who he is. All right. We're going to go through that. We're going to go through that, y'all. All right. So, crap. When did I post? When did I go to the courthouse? Well, I have it on my phone. I have it on my phone. Oh, bam. I'm just going to show the picture. Okay. I don't know if y'all see this. Bam. All right. So it says, and don't clown my nails. I'm going to go get my nails done. That ain't a priority right now. So it says, he checked the box, declined to recuse myself and request. So he's requesting that the presiding judge of the First Administrative Judicial Region, which is Mr. How do you say his name? Willis? I just be messing. I don't care how I be saying folks' names. Ray. We're just gonna call him Ray. So presiding judge Ray. So Roach said, okay, I'm not recusing myself, and I request that Ray assign a judge to hear this motion to recuse. Bingo. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You got it. You got it. Yeah, that's the thing. People do want to spread lies. People do want to spread lies. Uh-huh. Oh, and you know what? Since we're back on that, so everybody is clear as to why Ray ain't on it, because Ray had to assign it. All right, this is the order that I got, and I'm going to read the order to you guys. See, this is what I do. I don't sit there and be like, I may give my opinion on some things, but, I try not to do that. What I want you guys to do is I give you the information and you formulate however you want to formulate that opinion or conclusion, okay? That's fine. All right. So pursuant to Rule 18A, Texas Rules of Civil Procedure, and Section 74.056 Texas Government Code, the undersigned presiding judge assigns the Honorable Sid L. Harley, Senior Judge of the 226th District Court, to the 296th District Court of Collin County, Texas. The judge is assigned to preside in the motion to recuse the Honorable John Roach, filed in cause number this assignment is effective immediately and shall continue for such time as may be necessary for the assigned judge to handle this motion. So y'all have to understand, he is only there to handle the motion to recuse. That's the step that we are. Now, it is a freaking crunch time because we got till August 23rd for that new trial, that motion for new trial to actually be heard and dealt with. Okay. All right, so it is ordered that the clerk of the court to which the assignment is made, if it is reasonable and practicable, practicable, I can't even talk, and if time permits, give notice of this assignment to each attorney representing a party to a case that is to be heard in whole. So pretty much they sent this notice out to everybody, to all the parties and the councils of record, so now they know that Mr. Harley is going to be overseeing the motion to recuse. All right. If he requests waive, then we don't want right. If he requests waive, then we don't want right. Child, now we don't want right. We don't want right. To be honest, and once again, this is my opinion. I can't tell anybody on my channel how to think. All right. Texas is a red state. Collin County is very conservative. It's not like Dallas County. Tarrant County is on the border. Tarrant County is getting better. But Collin County, I don't trust none of them judges over there. I don't trust no official. Look, yeah, I'm not. I went to the courthouse, and normally I do some work in Collin County, but mainly like I file divorces and stuff like pro se. I drafted and filed it, so I rarely have to go to Collin County. Like they're good on the family law cases when they're pro se, where they don't have to be heard by a judge. But other than that, from working with different attorneys throughout Texas who have cases, like we try to avoid filing in Collin County. Like I kid you not. I kid. There's certain counties in Texas that we do not like filing in because they already know the corruption that's going on. And this is actually like I'm not making this up. Like I literally contract with attorneys that hate filing in certain counties because they already know what the outcome is going to be. I kid you not. And if it was just something where we'd be like, okay, no, we're just going to just file in Dallas County, we'll do a change of venue, then that means Dallas County is going to have more cases than Collin County, and y'all get it. Okay, so I'm optimistic, but I'm also have to be cautious that the makeup of Collin County, because they don't play when it comes to the criminal system. Y'all, I literally, me personally, went on the and I'll show y'all this too. There's a lot of stuff that I'm gonna show you. What time is it? Because I'm gonna give y'all 20 more minutes. But this is the order of assignment. Okay. What did I want to do? Let's go to, I'm gonna say Judge Harley and Uvalde case. Let's see. All right, so good. We're gonna look at Good Morning America. Hopefully they don't have all right, so I want to know about the Texas judge overseeing. So we're trying to get a little bit more information about this judge. All right, so Michael Morton was what? Wait, whoa. Okay, see this when all this stuff starts popping up. All right, so Michael Morton was more than 2 decades into a life sentence when his case landed on the desk of Texas Judge Sid Harley. Morton, a former store employee, was convicted in 1987 his wife, but by 2010, the modern use of DNA forensic evidence entered the picture. Soon the case against Morton began to fall apart. What Harley did next, according to Morton and his attorney, demonstrates what makes this tall, plain-spoken judge one of the fairest, if toughest, judges in the Lone Star State. Now, I am not going to lie to you guys. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I have seen some very conservative judges that are actually fair. And in this case, like, I mean, it gives me a little bit of hope, but right now what we're looking for is impartiality, and we're looking for fairness to make sure that the rules were, done correctly in this court. So I hope that he looks into this and makes the decision to assign another judge to Carmelo's case. I really do. But based off of what I'm reading, it really says he is one of the fairest, but he's tough, but he's also fair. So we will see. It just seemed that he was as outraged as I had been all those years when he saw what was going on. Morton told ABC. Morton recounted the moment in 2011 that Harley cleared his name, describing how the judge stepped down from the bench to shake his hand and apologize for how the justice system had wronged him. It just really went right through me, Morton said. I already dealt with a few judges and a few prosecutors and all of that, but Sid Harley, he touched me deeply. He really did. Now, more than a decade after Morton case made headlines, Harley is tasked with what could be the highest profile case of his career. Now, mind you, this is old, okay? The prosecution of a police officer charged in connection with the 2022 mass unalivings or pew-pewings at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas. According to Morton's attorney, Gary, I think that's how you say it, Goldstein, Harley's conduct during that case is the clearest demonstration of why he's the right judge to handle the case. He's not going to do any favors, Goldstein said of Harley, whose size and presence make him dominate a courtroom from the bench. He will call orders as he sees them. In interviews with ABC News, attorneys who have appeared before Harley described him as competent and experienced and known to hold attorneys to a high standard. If you didn't know what you were doing and you went in front of him, you're going to get embarrassed. And that's a lot of judges. I don't care if you're conservative or liberal. That's a lot of them, said Robbie Ward, a San Antonio-based criminal defense attorney. He will run that trial very smoothly, and everyone better be prepared. Harley declined to comment for this story. The Uvalde case opened Monday in a courtroom in Corpus Christi, 200 miles from where the rampage occurred. Former Uvalde school police officer Adrian Gonzalez, charged with 29 counts of child endangerment, could face a possible maximum. We already know how that played out. I don't want to read this because that's just sad, bro. Harley agreed to hold the trial outside of Uvalde to help ensure the proceedings would be fair to Gonzalez. Do y'all hear? Are y'all reading this? Oh, whoever told me to look at this article, I'm glad I looked it up. I am. I don't know what's going on with my. Okay. Okay. Is this out of order? Having a motion to recuse before granted? No, it's not out of order. The goal is not to have Judge Roach be the one to rule on a new trial. Because guess what he's going to do? He's going to deny it. So you have to do the motion to recuse first to get him out the door in order to. So, and once again, if you're on Facebook, go to my let me hurry up and read this, and then I'm gonna explain that right quick. So, because I want to it be slowing my stuff down. Harley agreed to hold the trial outside of Uvalde to help ensure the proceeding would be fair to Gonzalez. That's first and foremost. Y'all see what he did there? So it can be done. It can be done. You see how a judge says, I'm going to of Uvalde because Gonzalez needs a fair trial. That's how you do things. That's how you do things. Harley serves as the presiding judge of the Texas 4th Administrative Judicial Region, one of the state's most high-profile judicial posts. He was first appointed by Republican Greg Abbott in 2017. Oh, we already read that. Um, when local Uvalde judges disqualified themselves because of their familiarity and history with the law enforcement officers and agencies at the heart of the case, Judge Harley took over the case as the top judge across 22 counties. Do y'all see this? That is crazy. So judges actually, they disqualified themselves and he ended up taking over. Steve Abels, the presiding judge of the Texas Sixth Administrative Judicial Region, told ABC News that Harley's I can't read, decades of experience on the bench make him well prepared for the Gonzalez trial. He tries to keep the light shining on the right person in the courtroom and not himself. Legal experts told ABC News that Harley's experience will be put to the test during the trial, the first of its kind in Texas. This case marks only the second time in American history that prosecutors have charged a member of law enforcement for their response to a mass unaliving. It's okay. That's one thing. Okay, I think that's all. I want to get out of this thing because it's driving me crazy. Okay, so what y'all think about Harley? Definitely drop that, and I hope my likes are liking. I hope I'm not sitting up here talking to myself. I definitely hope I'm not. Now, to go back to your question, is this out of order? No, it's not. The motion to recuse has to be taken care of before the motion for new trial because you don't want somebody to rule on a new trial that gave you the first outcome. Okay, so it all has to play together. In a small amount of time. Thank you for keeping us updated. You're welcome, Pearl. I hope the Judge Harley is fair to my prayers. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. Yeah. So I believe that all Harley has to do is he's going to look at everything and he's going to see whether or not Judge Roach should remain on this case. If he feels like Judge Roach is not up to the task, because you saw it in the article, some judges were disqualified because they were too familiar with the case, right? So at this point, based off of everything that the defense has submitted, the exhibits, the interviews with, and actually, I believe I think it was the 8th. I can't remember what day. The defense counsel actually submitted the videos. See, a lot of people think that you can just submit videos and audios and stuff to the court. No, they have to be authenticated. You just can't say, here's my video, here's proof. It don't work like that. You have to get your stuff authenticated before you can submit as an exhibit in a motion. Okay. I just shared this. With us. Crazy. Oh Lord, y'all. Them people on Facebook, they is crazy. I was like, what in the world is going on? Yes, please hold on. I'm late. No, he did not get a new judge. He did not get a new judge. What happened was the first administrative judge, Judge Ray, appointed Judge Harley to oversee the motion to recuse, to decide whether or not Roach should stay on Karmelo Anthony's case or if another judge has to be appointed. Hope that answers your question. Oh, you know what? I just thought about that. Y'all can't see nobody's stuff on Facebook. Thank you, One Lone Stick. I don't know who that is, but I hope I said it right. Cockroach giving his person exactly. So now, and I'm sure, like they said Judge Harley is fair. So hopefully he's going to take all of that into consideration. Like, you've already stated your views to the public in several interviews. So can you be fair? Can you be fair at this point to rule on any type of post-trial documents? You can't. Yes, I already reported that. Yes, parts of the transcript were dropped. The jury trial, parts of the jury trial, the voir dire, and the jury selection. But the accounts to where the people, the witnesses who were not able to go into the courtroom or all of that stuff right there, they didn't release none of them days. They still missing what? The 3rd through the 7th, and then the 9th, I think. Yes, y'all definitely hit that like button. I think the interview will do Roach in. I don't think any judge will agree that. Exactly. I don't think either. I really don't think. So, Harley, I just got a little bit happy. I got happy, y'all. Oh, I'm behind on these comments. Roach is so arrogant. Wait, what? What? For real? Who is? I didn't know. I don't be paying attention. I do not. Oh, she said allegedly. Just like Lindsey Graham, they said he went by Lady G. They said Lindsey Graham was doing some things. Please recap when you can. Thank you. I just hello. Yes. So for those who are coming in, okay. All right. So let me get. Oh, hold on. Let me take this off the screen. Okay. So for those who are coming in, I hate when it does this. Oopsies. Okay. So for those who are coming in, to recap, no, this order that just came out, the order of assignment, that is not saying Judge Roach is replaced. I repeat, that is not saying Judge Roach is replaced. What it is saying is that I gotta go back. Let me go back. So y'all remember this. When he recused himself, it says, decline to recuse myself and request the presiding judge of the First Administrative Judicial Region to assign a judge to hear the motion to recuse. So pretty much what he's saying, I'm not going to recuse myself, and I'm requesting Ray, who is the presiding judge of the First Administrative Judicial Region, I'm requesting Ray to go ahead and assign a judge to hear the motion to recuse. Okay? So that was when did I get that? On the 7th? And I posted that on the 9th. I can't remember. So he did that on the 7th. Accused himself on the 7th. Today, here go Ray's signature right there. Good old Ray. Ray said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to assign the Honorable Sid L. Harley. I'm going to assign him to the 296 court to hear the motion to recuse. So Mr. Harley is going to be the one to say whether or not Judge Roach is going to stay on the Karmelo Anthony's case or if he's not. That's where we at right now. I hope everybody understands. And based off of the article that we read, even though Mr. Sid was appointed by Governor Hot Wheels, right? Even though he is conservative, he is still a fair judge. And if you are just coming in and you don't know who Sid Harley is, whoever suggested me to go and look at the the article with Uvalde, the shooting, definitely just type in Harley or judge over the Uvalde case and it'll pop up. But read that. Definitely read that. Roach is who I'm speaking of, to clarify. Oh girl, I forgot your question. I'm feeling better now that you have shared some background on Harley, but like you said, one step at a time. Speaking of steps, we have to stomp this cockroach out. Yes, we do. In due time, in due time. Y'all got me cracking up. They said, "Where is the raid?" And it's so funny because I didn't know what people were doing when I always saw the little roaches, but now I was like, "Oh, okay, okay, yes, 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 yes." I want him to be able to have a fair trial because this one was not it. If he insists on being on the case, get his oath and bond and holds his feet to the fire, plus get the Texas Board Rules of Judicial Conduct as yes. And I've also been speaking on that too. I've been speaking on that before the motions even came out. I was hollering Canon 3B for the longest because that's exactly what he did. So if you have not checked out my other videos, Texas Code of Judicial. There we go. If you, where is it at? I got that song stuck in my head. So this is the Judicial Code of Judicial Conduct. 3B, performing duties. So this is what I was screaming to the top of my lungs. Okay, these are the codes, and everybody has access to these. So y'all don't have to um, go off my word. You can actually do your own research. This is what I was trying to do. The State Commission of Judicial Conduct. If it probably is, I don't know. I never looked it up for other states. But in the event that you all want to report a judge, because anybody can file a complaint, but you have to sign it and you have to, I don't know if you have to get it notarized, but this is the complaint form. And it gives you instructions as to exactly what you need to do. So y'all can see this. All right. So that's it. That is it. That's the sworn complaint. So you can go on that website and you can actually fill this out yourself. Y'all can fill this out yourself. Now, unfortunately, and we went over the steps of, when we talk about how to get them transcripts, this is probably the very last step that you would do because it's not going to take a week. It's not going to take 3 months. This is probably the slowest process here. The slowest process. And I believe that Judge Roach does not care. But as I stated before, if car 1 breaks down, then we can go get in car 2 and we can go to that same destination. I can't explain it no simpler than that. If car 1 breaks down, we can get in car 2. Now we might be a little cramped in there, but we all can get to that destination. Oh, I hear that little South Carolina came out for a minute. No one talking about the second interview. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. And the crazy thing is they have the transcripts. They have the transcripts. The transcripts have been transcribed and they have been certified and authenticated by. So what happens is, and I'm telling y'all a lot of this because I get excited because it's like what I do. So let's say that interview, for instance, right? In order for us to authenticate that, we have to send it to a transcriber. And some who does it out here? Like Veritex. We have a few places in Dallas and that covers like all of the United States. But we have a few places that we send videos like that. And what they do is they will listen. They will listen and they will actually type it. They will transcribe it. And then they'll get it certified, notarized, and then that's what they will file with the court. That's in any case. That's how you authenticate a video. or any type of audio. I don't know if y'all followed me with the Jay-Z case, but I think one of the people that they were harassing was recording it on their phone, so they had to send that to a place to get it transcribed, and then they submit that to the court. So that's how that works. That is how that works. Hello, Dario Bird. Somebody had another question. Is it possible that Judge Rich could try to change information in the transcripts? The reason that it is taking so long for them to come out, I just don't trust him at all. All right, hear ye. I know that this is a very high profile case that everybody is tuning into, right? But it is not uncommon for it take a long time for transcripts to be received by a court reporter. And I can even show y'all cases. I think it was the hold on, I be doing all this on live. See, y'all be getting me on here, and I need to be doing things like Discovery. What Bell County? And if y'all been with me, y'all already know. Hold up. I'm bringing up a case. What's his name? Kaysen Allison. Kaysen Allison. No, I do not want to go there. Where on my skin? I gotta get the songs out my head. Y'all can see my screen good. Hold up. I gotta pretend like I'm working for a minute. Allison. Kaysen. I have to grab the and I think Bell County Court of Appeals. I'm doing that. Go over here. I'm about to show y'all something because it's not uncommon. It's just no. He can't change anything out of the transcript. Y'all have I can't even. I need to figure out what my friend doing because she's a court reporter. I actually know a couple of court reporters, so they can explain the process to y'all. Me personally, I don't know. I'm not a court reporter, but the route that a document has to be transcribed, I don't think that the court reporter can allow any changes. And another thing, I don't know if after they finish typing, because everything is in real time, they have to send it to somebody, I guess, to transcribe. So I don't know if the transcription is done, by whoever the court reporter is, or if they send it off to a company and they're waiting for that. So that I don't know. Oh, crud biscuits. Oh, is it the Third Court of Appeals? Hold on. Oh, let me see. What jurisdiction is the Third Court of Appeals? There's too many. There's 14. Yeah, I think it's this one. Please pull up. All right, so this is Kaysen. So y'all remember, if y'all followed me, he's the one who stabbed an individual in the boys' bathroom. They were fighting, and that individual ended up being unalived, and so he appealed his case. But he filed his appeal on July 11, 2025, and they are just now, like the state just filed their brief back in June of this year. So appeals process ain't something that'll happen overnight. That's number one. But to answer y'all questions, where's this at? All right, so the clerk record was filed on August 11th. So so in a month, in about 30 days from the time that he filed his notice of appeal, the clerk record was already on file. All right. But as far as the court reporter's notice, if you look at this, you'll see August 20th. So what is that? October 20th. Yeah. So that's 2 months. And they kept sending a notice to the court letting them know that the court reporter record or transcription was not done yet. And they finally filed the report, the court reporter's report on what is that, October. So y'all see the time frame. So it's not unusual for the transcripts to not be ready. Just because they're not ready now, y'all have to realize this is not the only case that they have. They handle a lot more cases. So we got to be mindful of that. And I'm saying this from my point of view as a paralegal. They have other cases. Just like people call me, be like, well, what about my case? I got other cases too that I got to touch. You know what I'm saying? So it's not unusual or uncommon for the transcript to not be ready. June, here it is, July. Like I said, I'm showing y'all proof right here. I'm not just talking out my ass. I'm showing y'all proof that it does take time for some of these transcripts, because this is also a high profile case. If y'all don't, I mean, if you're in that area, it's probably high profile. But case in Allison is a high profile. It was considered a high profile case, and it took them 4 months. Wait, July, August, September, October. Yeah, it took them about what, 3 to 4 months to get that reporter transcript on file. All righty. Let me go up because I got to see. Am I behind? Please don't tell me I'm behind. Oh no, I'm not behind. I'm trying to find a comment. So Jennifer, I hope that answers your comments. Oh damn, I think I am. Hold on, I'm gonna go back up. Judge Roach, you're welcome. It's very unusual. Now that, right, yeah, a press tour. And at first I was like, because people are like, it's not uncommon, but who does that? Like I'm not understanding. Like, like any judge, that is just that's basic knowledge to know there is a potential for a notice of appeal to be filed, because that notice of appeal is what kicked off the case from closed to appealed. So a case is now pending, meaning that, okay, we're going to file post-trial motions in the trial court. But he already knew this, because at the end of the day, when we file things, it goes to the file clerk. The file clerk submits it to the court, so they know. So I don't understand why he thought that it was okay to do these interviews. I really don't know. Yeah, he wrote a letter to let me see. He did an interview with Dallas Morning News, WFFA Channel 8 out here, USA Today. He did an interview with them. A lot of people don't realize that. But yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, he had about 4 interviews. He had about a good 4 interviews. Matter of fact, while y'all on here with me today, wait, where's this motion for new trial? Oh, that's poo shiesty. But I'm gonna pull up the hold on, just right quick. That song's stuck in my head. I got so many YouTube folders. What's my motion in the trial? Oh yeah, I'm getting a headache. That's how I know it's about time for me to get up off here. All right. I'm pulling up close up all these down. Current tab. All right. Okay. All right. So this is the motion for a new trial. I think 65. All right. So here's the verified transcript. WFFA. I said WFFA. WFAA. That's one. And see, here's the transcript. That's the interview. And then here's the affidavit authenticating the exhibits. Um, what else? Video recording. Oh, they did that with the USB. Written statement to Fox News. I didn't even know about Fox News. That's a statement to Fox News. All right. And then he also, oh, there was another video that actually, now this is what I want to, okay, that's the email. There was something else that they submitted, and it was the video of one of the journalists, and you can overhear them asking, about the overflow room or something of that sort. So all those videos was submitted, I think, a couple of days ago, the actual videos. So they have, they have their the defense have all their exhibits, but as I explained in the other video, this is just the account based off of, the witnesses, the affidavits, the declarants. And that's all we have to go off of. What they say and what Mike Howard said. We haven't heard from the state, so we don't know exactly why things happened the way it did. The only thing we can do, once again, is wait. However, it's a process. We can't move to one process without getting through this other hurdle. So right now, where we are at is we are trying to figure out whether or not Judge Roach is going to stay in this case. We can't do nothing else. The only thing we can do is to see if he is going to be over this case. We also got to tap into the rest of the transcripts being given to the district clerk. That's number 2. Number 3, we got to get this motion for new trial heard by August 23rd. Yep. No, the court, that's why it's in the judge's chamber. In their, now I don't know if it was in the chambers or inside the courtroom, but either way, it shouldn't have been there. You are very welcome, Mr. Dorsey. That's what I'm going to call you, Mr. Dorsey. Or is it Myra? I'm probably just butchering names. Just charge it to my head, not my heart. Does anybody have any questions? Because I need to do some work. Trust the process? Heck no. I do not trust the process in Collin County. I really do not. I don't. Like if it was me personally, I would try to get this, if a new trial is granted, I would try to get, but like I said, it's a process. We first got to make sure that he don't roll on it. Rule that he doesn't oversee the case, the new trial. Question, is there any paperwork about the actual weapon being presented in court, or was it definitely a replica? I do not know that. And the only people out that will actually know that is the people that would be in the courtroom that day in the jury. And then also through exhibits. So when we go to trial, we prepare exhibits, and everything that you are going to present to the court, you first have to make sure that you're in agreement with the other side, like, hey, we're going to, present this, so on and so forth. So I wouldn't be able to know if the actual weapon was presented in court until I see a copy of the exhibit list. Now, based off of the exhibits that they provided on the website, that's one thing. That was just the photo. So I don't know. And the only way we would know is if Mike Howard comes out or somehow it leaks out. That's all I can say. Ba, 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 ba. That is what got us here today. Trust in the process. Yeah, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it seems like a bad thing. But when I don't know, when you have a county like Collin County, that's a whole different ball game. And from the jump, it was just something that didn't rest easy with me because I already knew how Collin County was. If y'all look, like, even in the video in the lawsuit that I read with Greg Willis and Bill Werski, like the way that they were treating women in their office, and they literally, when I say they took it to a whole new level of retaliation with some of those women, to where one woman almost unalived herself for working in that prosecution office. I don't trust nobody in that county. If y'all see, I don't know if y'all live here, but nobody runs against Greg Willis. Nobody. That man has been in that office since 2011, and nobody will run. And in that petition, that lawsuit, that sexual harassment lawsuit that I read, that's how he sees himself. He sees himself as untouchable. And I don't know, is him and his wife still married? Because I don't even know how they still married, and you up there doing that to women in the office. That's just unbelievable. The new judge is in Collin County. No. Mr. Sid Harley, he's out of San Antonio. He is the fourth administrative judge in the region of Texas. So and it's not a new judge, it's just a judge overseeing the motion to recuse. So Judge Harley is just going to determine whether or not Judge Roach should stay on Karmelo Anthony's case. I do think that they do. If they are granted a new trial, I think they would need to immediately file a motion for a new venue or change of venue. I would say bring it to Dallas County, because Collin ain't it. What's your over under that Karmelo will get a new trial or at least have this case sent back for further review, especially on that? Well, it just depends. I'm optimistic. Now, which way it plays out, I don't know. Me reading that article over Harley is just like, okay, I have a little bit more ease, because I was just like, the first thing that I read, it said Governor Hot Wheels appointed, I was like, Lord, no, I don't think this is going to be good. But then somebody in the chat suggested that we look up that article, and I found that article, and that put me at ease, because to see that judges stepped down because they were too familiar with the case. He took over the case, and he even said, we're going to move this outside of the county. We're going to have it in Corpus Christi because I feel that this individual needs a fair trial. That was enough for me. I'm already sold. So I feel that he is going to make the right decision in regards to John Roach being over Karmelo Anthony's case. Okay. What else did I want to say? Does that's what we call him. That's what we call him out here. And baby, let me tell you, this man, he gotta go. He gotta go. Y'all don't understand. This man gotta go. Um, I don't usually do this, but I don't know if anybody wants to come up. Y'all can. Y'all can. I'm trying to think what else I wanted to talk to y'all about. So everybody got it. So spread it to the masses. And if people don't understand, something went wrong. Reload what page? Hold on. Oh, that's my stream. I don't know what was going on with my stream. Thank you, Gold Digger, for I love her name, Gold. That's why I feel like gold. My goal. I dig goals. There we go. Um, yes, Hot Wheels is hilarious. But just remember this one thing. Two different vehicles going in the same direction. If one vehicle don't work out, we're gonna go in the other vehicle. So if this motion for new trial in the trial court don't work out, then we're gonna have to go the appeal route in hopes that the appeals judges reverse and remand it back down to the trial court demanding a new trial. That is the only way we got. Wait, all I ever listened to on here are black women. I love y'all. We love you too, whoever you are. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Thank y'all for chopping it up with me though, for real. It's been good. It is 7:25. All right, so ain't nobody coming up here, and that is fine with me. I got things to do. But definitely check out the playlist. Check out the playlist. I did name it Karmelo Anthony. Start with, now I know the motion to recuse and the motion for a new trial is long, but in order to understand this whole process, you have to understand what the motion says, and then you'll understand each video that I've done after that. Okay, there we go. That's all I gotta say. Let me see. So come to find out. Oh, all right, D. Now it says D. It better not be none of my kids. I promise you. If it's one of my kids, I'm gonna punch you. Oh, okay.
And then you'll understand each video.
Did you know that you're live?
Okay. There we go. That's all I gotta say.
Yes, hello.
Hey, how are you doing? I never have nobody on the live. I just be over here talking to myself. Welcome.
I thank you. I've watched several of your shows. I thank you for your in-depth and precise reporting of this case. I thank you for your support of Karmelo Anthony and his family. And my question is, ma'am, will Judge Roach's improprieties come up in the case?
It very well may be. And that's the whole purpose, that they're wanting an evidentiary hearing before even we get to most. So that's why it's a very small window that we're working with. So let's say that he does not get recused, okay? Let's say he stays on the case. The next thing is an evidentiary hearing, because we have to give the state the opportunity to understand, like, as to why, what is with this gentleman's agreement? Why wasn't it on record? Why didn't y'all let the media into the courtroom? Why didn't y'all have overflow room? Why were things being held in your chambers and not being on record? So a lot of stuff is going to come up, and that's a lot of things that will help, I feel, his appeal going forward. But yeah, to answer your question, it will come up. It definitely is going to come up one way or another. It's going to come up one way or another.
Okay, thank you so much. And I'm sorry to bother you, but
oh no, you're fine.
Why come he didn't have a pre-sentence investigation? I thought everybody got a pre-sentence investigation.
Yeah, you know what? How can I say this? The whole thing from the time that they filed the indictment has been shady. Um, my issue is, what did Mike Howard do on this case? Because it doesn't seem like anybody was prepared. Even though he gave us the affidavit that says everything that he was able to do and wasn't able to do, I just felt like y'all didn't do, because even with the evidence, I'm gonna start with that. Even with the evidence that we got, a lot more than what you presented in court. But listen, that gentleman agreement right there. See, I'm gonna break it down to y'all. The motion, so everybody's talking about the gentleman agreement, right? So what we filed is called a motion in limine. And in that motion, it pretty much tells, like, it's two sides saying, okay, we're going to say this, we can't say this, we're going to present this, we're not going to present this, so on and so forth. I feel like a lot of stuff we didn't get to see was provided to the court because they already made that agreement a long time ago. I don't think that this is something that, in court, Mike Howard said, okay, I'm just going to agree to this, and we're not going to mention, Austin's or Hunter's background because we don't want to, I think this was an agreement that happened a long time ago. But as far as their investigation, I don't think that they did a full investigation like they did, or they're just withholding a lot of information and we don't know. We just don't know.
I'm just going to answer
So I got you. I hope I answered your question. Anything else? Oh, I got somebody else coming up.
I got kicked out.
Oh, okay.
What I had another question. I'm sorry. Wait, give me a second.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine.
Can his mother and father, like you said, get their money back from that low class uh railroad attendant that they called a lawyer?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. And to be honest, I have never seen a lawyer who lost in trial to say, I'm gonna give you your money back. I'm gonna just be honest with you. Like like I have to hunt down people to pay the rest of their balance on a criminal case after they, got a judgment. But I don't see Mike Howard. If they did pay, he's not gonna give that money back. He's not gonna get that money back. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. And who do I have up there? Is it Cole?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. How can I thank you for coming up here? What's going on? What can I
Yes, ma'am. How you doing? I had a couple of questions about I know you're in the legal profession, paralegal, so you know how to dot the I's and cross the T's and everything about the
Yes.
law. Um, I was wondering. I know a differential from state to state, but isn't it pretty much case law or prior cases that you use to differential in that case that's being presented? Pretty much law? What's law, or is it mostly the maritime law off the the oceans and stuff like that?
Okay. Wait. Say it again. I didn't quite understand.
Case law, like you can find a case that's pretty much
Oh,
pre
similar.
pre pre this. Yeah.
Yes. 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 I don't know if you've been with me, but that's in that motion to for new trial that they actually that they filed. They actually took three cases, two in which were overturned in the state of Texas, like in the Fifth Court of Appeals, and they applied it into that motion for a new trial. So regardless of what the conviction was, it still fell in that category, because the overall purpose of the motion for a new trial is saying that his Sixth Amendment was violated because he did not have a public trial. And so
Okay.
everything else stemmed for that. So they took two cases that were ruled reversed. Actually, one was reversed from the Fifth Court of Appeals. As we're going to talk about that. One was reversed out of the Fifth Court of Appeals in Dallas, and I think that was the theft one, if I'm not mistaken. And they reversed and remanded because they said you cannot exclude members of the public from, and I think they were, was it the jury selection? I can't remember. But you can't exclude members of the public. You can't exclude family members. Like, how are you going to say you have 15 seats for both sides, but then you limit one side to 8 seats? So,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
So there is case law that they can use in the state of Texas alone, but they can also use federal cases as well when we're drafting motions and things of that nature. So yeah, it's, you just find a case, and it's a lot, but I mean, these are seasoned attorneys that, you know,
Uh-huh.
been doing this for a while, so they already know off the top of their dome.
Right. Okay, okay. So pretty much, like when you have these type of cases, like I heard you go, they went over some kind of gentleman's
Agreement.
was it agreement. Is that legal? Is documented in court? Is that legal to be attained or?
Okay, so in the words, what everybody is calling a gentleman's agreement is what we call a motion in limine. So a motion in
Oh,
limine,
so it is a motion. It's a
yeah,
motion.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
so before you go to trial, you have to file what's called pretrial documents, motion in limine, exhibit list, witness list, all of that. The motion in limine pretty much says, okay, what are we going to bring up in court? What are we not going to bring up in court? Okay. Mike Howard said one was done, but they never filed it. He just took it to the court on the first day of trial when the trial started, but it never ended up in the court filing. So I can't go up to Collin County and download or purchase that motion in limine because they never filed it. So pretty much that gentleman agreement was in the motion in limine that was not filed in the county clerk's office.
Oh, so Howard didn't file it. It
What
was.
I guess that was the agreement. And
Oh, wow.
yeah, that's the whole thing. That was like, okay, y'all doing some stuff that is not supposed to be done. Like, both sides are supposed to file a motion in limine.
Okay. Both sides supposed to file it. Okay.
Yeah, so it was written, it just was never filed. So we can't go up to the courthouse to get it. So that's where they messed up, because everything has, anytime you file a motion, it has to be heard before the judge, or at least,
Okay.
so we either set a hearing so it can be brought before the judge, or we do it by submission and they just review it in their chambers and they sign the proposed order or whatnot. But a motion to limine, that is something that's supposed to be on record. So Mike and the prosecutor and everybody, all the counsels involved, was supposed to go before Judge Roach in the court in the presence of a court reporter to pretty much, everything was supposed to be on record, how they're going to rule. So they're going to say, okay, don't talk about this, or we're going to talk about this, or don't talk about this, or won't bring up this. So all of that was supposed to be on record, and it wasn't. It was in the judge's chambers. So
So let me ask you this: is it legal in the state of Texas for the judge to just keep that locked in his chambers like that?
no, he can't. I did a whole video on that. He cannot. I don't know why he has the case filed, because by law, and there's a statute, the Texas Constitution, it states that the district clerk's office is the custodian of the case files.
Oh,
So
district. Oh, okay.
yeah, so you have the clerks, not the court, not the county court, not the district court. It is the county clerk or the district clerk that keeps the filings. That way, if you go up to the courthouse and you say either I want to file something or I want to purchase, let's say a divorce decree, you're going to the
Mhm.
clerk's office because they are the ones that are the custodians of the records.
Oh yeah, clerk. Yeah, okay, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I ain't gonna try to keep it too long, but I just got a couple more points. I thought they were gonna be able to come back with the jury selection for the
Uh-huh.
appeal. That they struck down three black women, and saying that the reason why they struck them down was that they were educators.
Mm-hmm.
Is that legal ground for a strike or? They can
Okay,
just say whatever.
so how and it's all of this is just a process, and it's going in order. So that's not going to be addressed until if unless they go to the appeals route, if that makes sense. Right now we're just focusing on the motion for a new trial because his Sixth Amendment right was violated. So that's the
Uh-huh.
most promising right here. If that route does not work out, then they will go to the appeals route, and then they will, I'm pretty sure, will bring up, the Batson challenge and everything, because at the end of the day, we have to realize that we still don't have the transcripts from those days. Now we do. Wait, they did do the jury selection. Oh, that's a good thing. I just thought about that. I'm thinking in my head. But yeah,
Okay.
so to answer your question, that I think that's something that they're going to handle on the appeal side if that was to be ever brought up. But that's just my
Okay.
opinion. I ain't no
Uh-huh.
attorney or anything, but I do my research.
Right. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. How you feel about this? The last thing I want to go over.
Hmm.
What was the judge's instructions to the jury? Um.
Oh man, okay. So, and I have a whole video on that. It's a lot. I do know that they had what? They had murder, then they had manslaughter, and they had self-defense.
But it seemed like, I mean, not to cut you off, but it seemed like to me the state just came straight with first degree premeditated murder. They didn't come with a plea deal or anything. Like they automatically knew they were going to go for murder one.
But here's the thing though, and I think that's a lot where some people are missing the fact. You have a jury charge, you have jury instructions, and
Uh-huh.
they lay out the instructions on there. So they put the law and say, okay, this law applies to murder, this law applies to manslaughter, this law applies to self-defense. So they have to take the facts of what they're given since day one of the trial, and they have to apply it to one of those three categories. Now, unfortunately, I mean, I don't want to sit here and be like, they could have gave him self defense if the crime in which they got the facts from, based off of the witness testimony and what was presented in court, if they didn't see that it fit one of those categories, we can't be upset with them, because at the end of the day, they were doing what they were doing based off of what the jury instructions said. And
Right, right.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we don't know what went on in
Yeah, he
that
didn't have he didn't have the press. He didn't have it open. I never
because
seen that like that.
yeah, and then there was a comment made, and it was in a motion that he said, if y'all don't deliberate or whatever, y'all gonna be staying in the hotel room another night away from your family. So who knows?
Oh man.
They probably like, damn, we need to go in here. We need to figure this out because I got stuff to do. I got kids at home. So we don't know. We don't know exactly
Isn't that some kind of law that the judge can't do that? Isn't that some kind of I don't know what right way to
I
say
mean,
it.
I'm pretty sure
But
there's for judges have a code of conduct that they have to
yeah,
follow.
'cause it's like he's almost like bribing. Not, I won't say bribing, but he like
I know what
making
you're
the jury.
saying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hurry up. Yeah, hurry up and make the decision. You
yeah.
gonna be sequestered. You
Uh-huh.
know. Yeah,
Yep,
that's crazy.
exactly. That's exactly. But like I said, we got to get our hands on them transcripts, because well, I don't know if they're gonna release that to the public. Now, I probably can get my hands on it. Who knows? But at the end of the day, it was said, like, I forgot who said what, but it was, I seen it in the motion where he said, if y'all don't do this by this time, then y'all gonna be staying in the hotel. And that's not verbatim, but it was said.
Wow.
So
Wow.
it's just like, okay, that you shouldn't be doing that as a judge. Why are you telling them that? So it's a lot of things right now, but right now the biggest argument that they have is the violation of his Sixth Amendment right to a fair trial. That is the United States Constitution of America that the Anglo-Saxon forefathers came up with. We're not following them. So yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, man. I thank you for talking with me and taking the call.
You welcome. You welcome. Thank you for coming up. Thank you for
Yes,
tuning in too.
yes, ma'am.
All right. Bye bye. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else? Oh, I know. Let me see. Can you answer me this? Also, I have a question. Can Mike Howard's affidavit be used against Roach and the No, I mean, well, let me see. All right. Let me tell y'all something. So, if a new trial was to happen, they are starting from scratch. All this other stuff, I see people doing, and it's cool. It's cool. I can't knock down anybody hustle in this YouTube world, but they're going to start fresh. That's just like if we get a case from another firm, I don't pick up where they left off. I actually go from the beginning. I'm looking at the intake notes. I'm looking at, whatever the case may be. I'm looking at this because this is my first time getting this case. I may be familiar of how the process works, but I'm going to start from scratch. And that is what, so if he gets a new trial, everything else is void. They're starting fresh. They're re-requesting records. They're subpoenaing people. They're subpoenaing records. They're getting body cams, their school records, whatever the case may be. Because if Mike Howard doesn't have them, I wouldn't trust anything he has in the first place. I'll just re-request all the records myself. Okay. But yeah, they're going to start from scratch. That's point blank, period. So his affidavit, along with the other 8 people's affidavits, was to support the motion for a new trial, because the argument is his Sixth Amendment right to a fair and public, or open and public trial, was violated. So that is the reasons why they had Mike's affidavit in, as well as the 8 other people, because they're trying to show you that there were procedures that was done during trial that was not correct. Okay. Yep. Shout out to Andrew and to Michael Campbell, Andrew Wilkerson and Michael Campbell. Yep. They're awesome. They are the best criminal attorneys in Dallas, Fort Worth. I kid y'all not. I know I contract with one, but I'm telling you now, if people ask me who's the best criminal attorneys, I'm gonna tell you, go over there to them. Go over there to them. Do you think the school was part of holding back information? No. Like Mike's explained in the affidavit, he couldn't bring any expert witnesses up. He couldn't bring any teachers that knew the characters of Austin and Hunter. Y'all, in his affidavit, he said he built his whole defense around that plan. Now, why would you do that? I have worked with some awesome freaking attorneys, but what y'all don't know is that attorneys can be friends out here, right? But I was always told, this one attorney told me, he's like, yeah, we could be buddy. We can go, go to happy hour one day. But guess what? If we in the courtroom, we're going toe to toe. We're going toe to toe. I don't care if I knew you for 30, 40 years. We're going toe to toe. And that's how it should be. So I don't know. I think honestly, Mike Howard was scared. And I showed y'all the last live I did. I showed y'all all of the cases. Now, I don't have a link. I need to do some more research to see exactly what murder case he covered and he got dismissed. But to me, when people say well, first of all, D Magazine's best attorneys, you can pay to be in that magazine. I'm gonna say that. Number 2, just because they say they're a good criminal attorney, you got to ask them criminal like what? DWIs, traffic tickets, assaults, family assault, like what? Because when you're dealing with capital murder or, sexual assault, something like that, you need a damn good lawyer. You don't need one that just handle traffic tickets or occupational license or DWIs. No, you need somebody that has a record, like the Not Guilty Boys, to actually be on your side. I'm just gonna say that. Okay, so what is it? Karmageddon? I hope I am saying that correctly, but I hope I answered your question. I hope I answered your question. And if not, y'all definitely leave y'all answers in the, not answers, y'all questions in my comment area. And then I'll do my best to whatchamacallit. Oh, Patrice. Oh, I'm just not seeing this. Thank you. Thank you so much. Mwah. I love y'all. I love y'all. Y'all are awesome. Ineffective counsel should be one of the main grounds for appeal and the court. Now, yes, but that is going to be in the appeal part, not this part that we got going here. Remember, we're driving two different vehicles, okay? So that's going to be in car number 2. We're going to leave that in car number 2. Car number 1 right now, we're talking about the violation of his Sixth Amendment right to a man. Y'all got to understand. Listen to me. That is the sixth excuse me, the Sixth Amendment of the United States Constitution. That's the biggest argument we got right here. Okay? So the motion for new trial is for the violation of his Sixth Amendment public trial right. The motion to recuse is because he violated the Canon Code 3B10 when he gave that public interview. All right. So that's all in car number 1. So that's what we're handling. We're gonna get to the ineffective of counsel and the jurors and all the other stuff in car number 2. But right now we at car number 1. All right. We at car number 1 is ahead of car number 2. Car number 2 driving a little bit slower. Well, they stopped at the gas station for right now. Car number 2 is at the gas station filling up. Car number 1 is on its way. And it's driving a little slow. But it's driving a little fast, but a little slow, but a little fast. Okay. Let me see. All right. So I think that's all. So, hey, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. If you have not hit that like button, please hit the like button, whether you are on Facebook or you are on YouTube. If you are on Facebook, come check me out on YouTube and you can check out the playlist. I don't just go over this. I go over a lot of celebrity cases and what other cases I feel like I want to cover. Or if somebody say, hey, I want to go over this case, I'll try to cover that. But yeah, hit the like button, share, subscribe. One thing I do want to tell y'all, do not put out misinformation. Okay. Do not put out, if anybody on here is like, okay, I don't know quite yet about this, I don't know how true it is, you can definitely email me. You can hit me up, message me. You can leave a comment on YouTube and ask me, and I will see. Okay. But I'm a real stickler when it comes about misinformation because it's so hard trying to get people on track to like focus on the right thing because they off in the deep end on some misinformation that I don't even know. Hey, when I log off of here, I'm about to do some work. But thank y'all for tuning in. You are so welcome, Egyptian. Thank you, Jennifer Ross. All right, well, y'all have a good night and go back and watch the playlist. And to my replay gang, what's up? Thank you, mods, for staying on here. I love y'all. And I don't know when I'm going to do live because I do them randomly. But y'all have a good night, all right? Bye.